What's up? It's Tom. Welcome to my garage. Here we are. We're going to talk about the Twins rotation and the decision to demote David Festa back down to AAA and keep Chris Paddack in the rotation. In case you missed it, Festa was sent back down to St. Paul. Pablo Lopez should be rejoining the Twins before too long, so that's why this move was made. So that's obviously great news. The Twins sort of reverting back to their opening day rotation. But as we know, as Major League Baseball goes, don't expect that to be the case for long. Why did the Twins make this move? Why did the Twins continue to roll with Chris Paddack in the rotation over guys like David Festa or Zebby Matthews or whoever your flavor that you'd like to replace Chris Paddack would be? Insecurity. Innings insecurity, starts insecurity. You see it. We all know it. Pitchers get injured like crazy. And yes, the Twins, all seven of these guys, these main guys in this Twins rotation picture at the moment are healthy. That's great. That's wonderful. I would bet you big money that will not be the case before too long. It is too bad for Festa that he's going back down because he's pitched well, but I would say he shouldn't get comfortable. He shouldn't get comfortable in St. Paul because chances are really good that the Twins will need him. Last season, the average number 6 starter made 9 starts. The average number 7 starter made 7. The average number 8 starter made 5 starts. So that is 21 starts coming from the 6th, 7th, and 8th starters combined. If we look at it last year, if we want to break it down, Festa was like the number 8 starter. If you want to count Anthony DeSclafani, who of course never threw a pitch for the Twins, you 8 or 7, let's say. You can pick either one. But he made 13 starts last year in that role. Zebby Matthews was, he starting the year in high A. He was way down the depth chart, and that guy made 9 starts last year. So I can understand some frustration. I do think, to be completely honest, though, I do think Chris Paddack and David Festa right now are pretty comparable. I think a big difference is that Chris Paddack has a 4th pitch and David Festa does not. If you're wondering why David Festa has had such a short leash, part of that is because he is primarily a 3-pitch pitcher, and the Twins do not trust him to be able to navigate a Major League lineup 3 times through the order with this 3-pitch mix. Now he's been working on a sinker, and he's used that a bit. You can get by with three pitches, and you could certainly get by with 3 kind of primary pitches, and then have sort of a 4th pitch that you just mix in. I mean, Chris Paddack, his 4th pitch is his curveball, and he only throws that like 10-11% of the time. So it's not like he really mixes up his pitch mix. Again, I think Chris Paddack and David Festa are pretty comparable right now. Of course, a big part of sort of us as Twins fans is we view this as Chris Paddack is the veteran guy. There's very limited upside. And even if let's say he pitched well this year, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year anyway. So it's kind of like, well, what's there to get all that excited about with Chris Paddack? You're kind of just hoping that he can hold down a spot. And I do really think Chris Paddack is a perfectly fine back of the rotation starter, and I think he can perform in that role. Obviously, things got off to a really bad start. His first start of the year was awful, but he's pitched better since then. Twins are really protecting David Festa, and again, not really letting him go deep into games, not really letting him face a lineup the third time. So I think if you were to sort of push Festa a little bit harder, I'm not saying he would completely fall on his face, but his numbers wouldn't be as good if you were trying to get him through 5-6 innings a game. But to be fair to Festa, it's not like Chris Paddack's going out and throwing 7 on a regular basis. So I totally understand the frustration why the Twins continue to roll with Paddack. But to be completely honest, I would too. And it's all about that innings insecurity thing. It's not necessarily that I like Paddack more than Festa. I think it's closer than some people believe. I don't think Festa's leaps and bounds better than Chris Paddack. But it's because I'd be paranoid that the minute that you either convert Paddack to a different role or get rid of him, all of a sudden Bailey Ober blows out his elbow and Joe Ryan hurts his hamstring. And you are looking at potentially, Darren McCacken spending a decent amount of time in the Twins rotation. I know he pitched well with the Twins earlier, but that's just not ideal. I would certainly take Chris Paddack over Darren McCacken right now. So that's not even like a doomsday scenario. We go doomsday, it gets a lot uglier than that, a lot faster. So I understand. I think I'm even more paranoid than the average MLB team in this regard. But let me know what you think about this. Are you on team Paddack or Team Festa. And again, I think there's still going to be plenty of opportunities for David Festa. And let's say things continue to not go well for the Twins. I don't think Chris Paddack's going to be around for all that longer. If the Twins find themselves out of the race, they would turn the page and think, all right, this guy's not going to be around anyway. He's only here for 2025. We have little reason to invest in 2025. Let's get some of these young guys innings and try to look toward the future. So that's my stance on it for right now. Late April, as the season progresses, my opinions may change dramatically. Keep that in mind. So we'll talk again soon.